Hello, hello. This is Carla Michelle, and welcome to the Strong Woman's Network podcast. As always, I'm excited because you pushed play, and I love it when you push play. You know what I love more? Well, just as much is when, as Apple users or listeners, you give us a 5-star rating and say something nice. Let us know how these episodes, how this podcast is helping you. And share with a friend, invite, share. You could even share the episodes and send them to anyone you wish. So thanks again for tuning in. Thanks again for following and subscribing. And if you have any questions, there's always hello at drcarlainc.com. Go ahead and feel free to send me an email, a little message, or just a report on how these episodes have affected you. And also, if you don't know, I'm on Instagram at Miss Carla Michelle, MSCarla, All right, let's get into it. I want to say, what is going on? What do you do when your world is shifting? Shifting. So I'm not going to define it by the dictionary shifting, but shifting in the sense of shifting, alerting, things are happening. It's almost like you have, let's just use work for instance, and you're in this position and it seems everywhere you're going or everything that you're doing, you're bumping up against something or someone or being not understood, or your intentions are not as you are as you feel you're delivering them, or your good is being evil spoken of, right? And I think that's a Bible verse. Well, I know it is. It's like, don't let your good be evil spoken of. So it's, what is going on is that shift, that uncomfortableness, that wondering, like, what am I doing wrong? Or I want to put it this way. For some of you, I believe it's more about, what are you doing right? What are you doing right? And I say that, work with me here. What are you doing right is, can this stuff that seems so wrong that is happening to you be moving you to where you need to be next? Could what is happening to you that seems so wrong be moving you to where you need to be next, to that next right place? So maybe at a time, job, different friendships, people acquaintances, and different things, maybe career moves, business moves that used to work, but right now it just seems very chaotic, very unsettling. Your feelings hurt a lot. There's a lot going on, but yet you've been working on yourself, but there's this tension that is happening. Could that be a sign, a nudge, a push to put you in another place, another space, another opportunity? Sometimes we miss the subtle hints. The subtle hints that we had the opportunity to catch, but we didn't. Now we're getting the big pushes. Now we're getting the thumps on the forehead. Now we're getting to where our heart is on the line. And it hurts to show up in the same space and place. That is just not the same anymore. Not because, now this is for the people, I'm not talking about, you acting up, you got a bad attitude. I'm saying that it is, if it bears witness with you, it is almost like it's time to go. It's time to go. It's time to make that move. It's time to think differently about this situation. And it's nothing to be sad over as much is you should change your thinking and see that it's something to be glad over. Because the very thing that you may need in your life, the very thing that you've possibly been praying for or speaking out about change, about shifting, about something new, new opportunities, new doors. Could this uncomfortableness be the doorbell to open the new door? I want you to think about that. Sometimes we get very, very comfortable. I'm going to say this again, and we do not listen. And then there's times where we're getting the hard nudges, and we don't want to miss that. We don't want to miss the hard nudges because it's comfortable. You know, being comfortable is very seductive. Being comfortable is very seductive because it seduces you into believing that everything is all right. Comfortability seduces you to stop thinking and stop imagining new levels and to stop seeing yourself grow or stop. It pauses you. It paralyzes you when you're comfortable. And you could have 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, 20 years, 30 years in a job, in a career, in a position. And it can still be time to move if you're getting that nudge. And this episode could be that very thing that you needed to hear. Like, it's time. It's time. I've shared I don't know if I've shared in my book, The Strong Woman's Playbook, which is available on Amazon. I remember when I went in different movements in my career with working for somebody, it would get very uncomfortable when I knew it was time to leave. Uncomfortable could be defined as I got bored. There was no more challenge. It wasn't a challenge anymore. And there was nowhere for me to move. It was like I wanted to promote in different areas, but for some reason it just wasn't a fit. I would have mentors. I would talk to my bosses, and I would just like, hey, what can you do with me? I would love this. I would love to do that. But it never came about. It's so crazy. And I even would have it. I'm going to tell you this. I keep saying I'm going to tell you this. I even have it. I have a piece of paper that I wrote the promotion that I wanted. And I listed it in about 2016, 2014. I had written out where I want to do, how I want to promote. I think I was in my master's program at the time. So all these things I wanted to kind of do and promote, and it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But what did happen is someone contacted me and they recruited me to go to another organization and work for them. And so it worked out. So even though I wanted a promotion and I wanted to promote within the company I was in, it wasn't the plan. It wasn't the plan. And that's what you have to know. We can have these plans, but if it's not the fit, so would you rather have a plan or would you rather have the fit? I'd rather have the fit, even though I've had my feelings hurt that my plan did not come to pass. But when I look back these years and I look back, I wouldn't have it any other way but the way that it's happened. You get me? So even though you're comfortable, or even though you have your eyes on a promotion, or even though you've probably been promised something, but it's really not written, and you're waiting for someone to see you, You're waiting for someone to promote. You're waiting for someone to give you a chance. And they say, you know what? Hey, keep doing this. And, I got my eye on you. And when something opens up, I'll get to you. That is not a guarantee. That is not a guarantee. And I'm going to tell you this other thing. Organizations or your manager, director, whoever you work for, they don't want you to leave because they don't want to do the work. It costs more to replace you, right? They want you to stay, especially if you're doing a good job. They don't want you to go. They don't probably won't even want to promote you out of your position because that means who's going to do it? They got to find someone who does it and who knows it. So you got to understand promotions and promises. Well, promotions are different. I'm saying promises for positions should not be your reason to stay comfortable. Promises for positions should not be your reason to stay comfortable. Consider that, right? So when I moved out of there and went to another organization, I was there for a few years, and then I was told that I was an anomaly. Is that how you say it? Anomaly? That there was really they didn't know what to do with me. How do you tell somebody, we don't know what to do with you? We recognize all your strength and talents, but we don't know what to do with you. Is that? So, yes, that can hurt. That kind of like made me mad. But then again, ladies and gentlemen, if they would have did something with me, I wouldn't be talking to you now. I wouldn't be doing all that I'm doing. I wouldn't have stepped out. I wouldn't have did my own thing. It's because they said they didn't know what to do with me that was like a slap in the face and a push out the door. How do you stay when someone says they don't know what to do with you? Oh, we're not firing you or anything, but if you want to promote or, become something, we don't know where to put you. I was overeducated, but it was where I was working, and this job is an investment into what I was doing on my own. But then it was just time. Timing, ladies and gentlemen. When you're getting that timing, when you're getting it, when it hits you, and it hits you, if you're open to it. If you're open to it, it'll open more doors for you to see it more clearly. You may not get every step, but you know when it's time. And then once you say yes, and you surrender to the process, and you trust the process, it's an amazing thing. Now, a disclaimer. I am not telling you to quit your job, no, or whatever you're in, or whatever that person, that is, even in relationships, friendships. I'm not telling you to get a divorce. I'm just saying, be aware of the shifting that is taking place. And 9 times out of 10, be aware of the shifting that you asked for taking place, because it's happening. We are in our sixth month of the year. We are close to halfway, 29 days away from half the year being complete. If you are feeling a shift, if you are knowing it's your time, without anybody saying, it's not even with this podcast, but you know within yourself that things are opening up for you in a different arena, that things are going a different way for you right now than where you are, who you're with, what you're attached to. Sometimes even those volunteer things that you got going on. Is it time? Is it time for you to shift out of putting your time into all the volunteer activities that you don't even sign up for, but people put you in? People expect you to participate. There's some of us that we go out and we get it, we want to make a difference. And then there's some, once they know you want to make a difference, they keep asking you. So be aware of where you are. Be aware of what is nudging you, what is alerting you, what is pushing you or slapping you right in the head, and then check out what your next step should be. That's strategizing right there in the sense of the process. But then what is your next step? If you don't know it, then you need to wait till you know it. You don't, you can leap, but leap into something that you know that it's time to be in. And for those of you who are possibly transitioning to a situation where you work for yourself and you are your own boss, and you think, well, I need to have 6 months of emergency funds or a year of emergency funds or whatever you're reading, I will tell you this. I've read all the books and I would feel sick to my stomach because I did not have all the boxes checked of what this book told me I was supposed to have before I took my leap. But I did my homework. I still did my homework on what was required when I took a leap. But it didn't line up perfectly to how I was leaping. So I encourage you to know the way you are transitioning, that the way that you are leaping may not match someone else's. Those are great criteria to have money. Yes, you want to have money. You want to have money saved. But even though I didn't have all that they said I should, I'm still going. So there is that. You still got to know that it's time for you to do the next thing. All right, we're at the half of the year mark. I just want to touch those people who are listening, and please share this if you know someone. Whatever you're contemplating, whatever is happening, just check it out. Just see, is it something that's going to blow over in the sense of the pressure you're feeling, or people are coming at you wrong, but you're still you're still your good person, but they're coming at you in a different way and you're just feeling all this. Is that your sign? Is that your push? Is that your alert? Be aware. Change is coming. Hey. All right. This is Carla Michelle, and I once again thank you for listening and tuning in. Please share, please like, and if you have any questions, you can always reach me at hello@drcarlainc.com or visit the website drcarlainc.com for any of your coaching needs. All right? Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you next time.